I see you, my man. I see you waiting, my man, my guy. The OG, the originals. Never let me down. So, do analysis in the stream rather than Yo, here we are. How are we all doing today? We are live. 4 wins and 4 win streak on the stream. Can we make it 5 today? Let's see if we can make it 5. Right. Good to see you, man. How are you doing today? Just wait a few more minutes to do some analysis. Welcome. Wait a few minutes, we'll do the analysis. And I'll get talking. Just wait for a few more to turn up. I am happy to say, though, that we have just created a nice new resistance after this lovely push out. Missed this move here, but a lovely push out. Was in the having a nice swim, sauna steam room, and then just about missed this move, but perfect. Really nice to see that one of our setups is playing out perfectly. So yeah, that was a nice move. So analysis wise, let's just get into it so then people can refresh if they need to the stream. Starting the weekly yesterday, if anyone watched the funding frontier analysis from yesterday, absolutely spot on. Said we grabbed the liquidity from the downside. If we can, we're about this range here. Price was about here. We grabbed the liquidity to the downside. We started pushing bullish. So see if we can re-break the high. I would expect price to continue to break this previous wick high, continue on bullish. That is exactly what we did. So that was really nice to see. Spot on there. Going over to the daily. The daily, daily's a bit more tricky. Yes, we're very heavily bullish, which is nice to see. We're coming to all-time low highs. But what did we do this morning? Market open, we gapped up. As you can see, there's a gap up here. Now, you do often see gaps get filled, whether that's going to be on today's daily candle. You normally see it on the day, they grab the gap first, but we haven't looked back since, and we continue pushing bullish. So we may grab that during news, perhaps. So there is that. I'm just going to check something. Yeah, all good. So there is that we have to be aware of. We may come and click that daily gap. However, we may get it on the Monday, but you always have to be wary and have that in the back of your head. 4 hours really clean. The push up here. Now we had the liquidity sweep to the downside, which was really nice. The previous candle was very weak, bullish, hence the nice drive down. Then we did break the previous high. Now I wasn't really interested in the break of the previous high at this point because it was quite late on in the 4 hour candle. Lower time frames weren't adding up. And then I said if we do break the previous high, we'll have rejection. As you can see, we had like 100, 200 pip rejection. But when we did close, we closed with very high bullish volume. And then we did continue to push up bullish. Hence the lower time frame move up. Now, coming down to the 1 hour. As you can see, again, the nice run up. Really hard to get in a position based on this hourly structure was not very nice. Then we had the rejection, small body, and then high volume, but then continued to push up anyway after this rejection, which is quite a poor price action of the hourly. Come over to the half an hour, really horrible half an hour closure just now on this current candle. Yes, we had a rejection, but look at that body. No substance to it whatsoever. Pretty much closed at open price, making it quite unpredictable for the next candle. However, coming over to the 15-minute, got a bit more of a clearer story. The story is cleaner because we have just now created a new resistance at 3235, 350. And we've got this nice fresh support at 3214418. Why have I chosen this as the no trade range? Which I'll get more into in a minute. But if we get a candle close below 3214400 area, looking left, we've got this lovely clean candles. We've got a nice range, 100 pip range for TP1. Then we've got a further 86 pips, and then the Asian lows. We've got we have got the previous support here, but I'm targeting for last TP at the Asian lows. Now, for buys, now that we've created this new resistance, this is going to be our benchmark for now. I do want to see price consolidate a little bit more, perhaps even create a smaller support for a smaller range, and we can bring up our no trade range because it is quite big at the moment. Something I'll get onto in a minute. Now, if we do get a closure above our most recent resistance, now at this point at 3235, 350, I like it, but there's added risk. Why is that added risk? That is because we are into gold all-time new highs. Now, when you come into gold all-time new highs, there's no data to go off, right? There's no history to go off. So what do you need to do? you need to use price as your indicators, right? So where will price tap into for key levels? Now you have to use $5 increments. If you look to the right hand side, my first TP is 3240, second TP 3245, third TP 3250. We're going up in $5 increments in the price. That will be our benchmarks, because you often see gold react to $5 increments. As you can see here, we bounced off 3235, which is a $5 increment, creating that new resistance. But that is the analysis. We have our benchmark set and we are all good to go. All good to go. Let's just grab everyone off the Discord. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get it then. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Everyone, it's what happens when you take a couple of days off, everyone disappears. That's the way of the world, I guess. That is the way of the world. Who have we got today on the stream? Now we stay patient. Let me just grab the analysis. Put that on Discord. (11th of the 4th, 2025). Live stream. Awesome. Welcome guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. The stage is set. If you've just joined us, then I have done all the analysis at the beginning of the stream, but this is what we've got at the moment. This is our benchmark. Hopefully we can create a new support around this level here. That would be ideal. Because then we'll have our new smaller range, right? Because it is, this range here is like 200 pips at the moment, right? So we can form a new support at this level here. Then we still have these clean candles to the left hand side. But if we get that support, for example, at this area here, We've still got 70 pips clean candles to the downside. But at the moment we have, this is our most recent support and this is our most recent resistance. So that's what we're dealing with at the moment. Welcome guys, if you've just got on stream, who we've got on stream today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, this move here was perfect, but we had this support form. Actually, it goes into more depth than that. This move up was perfect because we actually had, look, you see here, we had this support formed here. At this point, we only had this bullish candle formed, and we had this resistance, right? Now, if you look closely, this was the first candle to close below. This bearish candle, we closed below. But we closed below with very lower volume, so there's no entries there at that point. And then look what happens on the next candle. You take out previous low, enticing sellers into the market. Then you come up and break the previous high. With higher volume, have a high volume closure, and look at what happened next. Huge volume. Perfect. Right at the bottom of that move. So if you caught that, perfect, well done. Personally missed it, unfortunately. But yeah, that was absolutely textbook. Absolute textbook. Just look at the pip count though. You have to lower your lot size. This pip count is crazy. You have to lower your lot size. Yeah, this would have been a nice sell on the half an hour, but if I would have wanted to see the body of this candle just slightly bigger. Let's see if I can get an example. I can't move it. Zoom in a bit. If the body was, won't let me put it on it, but you get the idea. Let me see if I can just make it a bit wider. If the body was like that, a bit bigger, it looks more like a divergence candle, and at the break of previous low, there would have been a cleaner setup. But it didn't print like that, so there's no entry. Because we closed at open price, right? It's just not a strong body at all to give any good direction. And then this strong, we did have a resistance, but it was lower volume. Barely managed to break the previous wick low. So yeah, not a nice structure there. But yeah, we stay patient at this point. We stay patient. Welcome guys to the stream. Mixman, my guy. Good morning, bro. Hope everything went well while you're off. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yep, it did. Had some personal matters to attend to, family and stuff. We've had a funeral and whatnot, so yeah, had to take a couple of days off for that. But yeah, we're back. Got a fresh 100k account as the other 100k. There was problems with it or whatever. Just too much drama. But I've been enabled another 100k account now, so that's nice. Yeah, so we're looking to trade on that for the live today on the 100k. And I'll trade on my funded 100k and funded for the day, and we are currently on a 4-win streak with 4 wins on the live, so we'll try and improve on that today, get 5 in a row. That'd be amazing. I did take 2 losses on my last trading day. Let me just get it up. 2 losses, 2% losses, so yeah, is what it is. Here we go. So we had the fat win streak, huge win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13 win streak. Then got 2 losses, 2% losses. Is what it is, and now we're just going to try and continue on a bigger win streak. That's how we roll. we go again. Do you ever trade Asian market or only London and New York? Yeah, only London, New York. So the Asian market is when I am asleep. So that's my nighttime, bedtime for me. So come back down to our previous support now. Again, still within this range. 9 seconds till candle closure. Now let's see what we get at this support. Because if we can now print like a small bullish candle at support, weak bullish candle, like so. You can have two scenarios at MC play here. We can either respect the support. We've moved way too far bearish to take an impulse at this point, but we've got the support formed. Then if the next candle, like so, breaks up, enticing buyers into the market, and then breaks down, we'll have a lovely MC play on our hands. So that'll be red, of course. Let's change that. So that's a nice scenario that we could have if it looks something like this. So that's one plan. We can take the sales at the break of the previous week low. So that's one plan. And then continuation sales. Similarly, you can get that weak. Can we go forward? You can get the weak bullish candle at support. Now, where's the undo button and the whatever. Similarly, you can get the weak bullish candle at support, right? Like so. Just pretend that's a green wick, and then you could, if it's a low, if the volume's dying out, it doesn't correspond with what the candles are printing. You might just get a crappy impulse entry. It might be late in the candle, there's no entry, and then you take the previous lows, and then you come up to take the previous highs. There's a nice reverse MC play sweep, like so. Take out previous lows and you take the highs. So there's a couple of scenarios there, but taking a sell now at support, we're not going to do that because we have to wait for a candle to close outside the range, and then we'll go from there. So we just stay patient at this point. That's what we could do. Any trades from anyone this morning? Did anyone take anything? No trades from me so far this morning. Has anyone else taken a trade today? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. No confirmations here. No confirmations. No FOMO. Would love to see a huge rejection though to come and collect this daily gap. If we can keep pushing bearish now, I would really like that. But we're going to wait for a nice setup first. Welcome to stream, guys. Oh, I fully thank you for the likes, guys, as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Just seeing a few likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Six minutes till kind of closure. It's fine. I need to start waking up early to catch your morning trains if I join you. Yes, mate. Yeah. So what's the time? What's the time where you are again? Oh wait, are you actually? I'll get confused with some other people actually, where everyone is, because I've asked everyone where they are. I get confused in the time zones. Might just be in England as well. So what's the time where you're at now? Welcome to the stream, guys. If you just joined, welcome, welcome, welcome. We do have do have news today, guys. We do need to be aware of that. PPI at 1:30 p.m. GMT, and then we've got prelim consumer sentiment at 3 p.m. as well. So 2 red folded flags at 3 p.m. and then we've got PPI at 1:30. Oh, Kingston. Yeah, man. Sorry. I knew it. Yeah, yeah, get up. I tried to get up for around pre-London starts kicking at 6 a.m. So I'll get up for then. But you know, people join the come and go in the stream whenever they are awake or whatever, when they're ready. Sometimes I come on at like 6:30 or 7. Do the analysis first, then I come on stream, and then even when I'm off the stream, I'm constantly putting updates in the channel anyway. Now we could look at this 15-minute as a divergence to see how we close, but we could look at it as a divergence candle, however, to take the buys back up. However, this strong 1 hour candle engulfing, rejecting to the upside. Not too interested in looking at buys just yet. The only way I'd look at buys is if we take out the previous low and then the high as an MC play. But I would rather, at this point, candle opens, we take out a nice liquidity grab to the upside, and then we break the lows to continue on bearish. So that's what I'm going to look out for on this next candle. Because we've moved, yes, we've got the candle closure below, but of course we've moved from the top of the range to the bottom of the range, and we've moved over 260 pips. So too risky to take a sell just yet. One minute till candle close. And the thing is, sometimes guys, like if the next candle does just bomb it down straight away, makes a little wick and just bombs it down, like got to be okay with it. Like so be it. You got to follow your plan, rules, and strategy. And if we've moved too far in one direction, like that's against my plan. So the more you've moved in one direction, the more likely each candle is going to have the pullback, right? So because it's moved from the top of the range to the bottom of the range, and so far you're more than likely to have a pullback. But of course, nothing in this world or trading is 100% certain. It's all probability, right? So what I would like to see is us to break the previous high, and then continue on bearish to break the previous low. At that point, that will be the 1 hour grabbing a nice top wick, breaking the previous 15-minute high, tie some buys into the market, and then continuing down to break the low of this big, nice engulfing hourly candle. It'll be the 4 hour continue to break the low, and we can start anticipating, if we do continue to go bearish, start anticipating that we are going to come and collect that daily gap today. So really nice, stage is set. That's what I'm really looking for. Nice closure below on the half an hour there. Although I don't like the fact that we don't have this top wick. But we'll see. We're going to keep a close eye on the 15 here. Whew. Here we go. So we're taking out the previous highs now. Now if we can come and take the previous lows, assuming that we do take the highs. If we do take the highs and then we come back down and flip to take out the lows, then we can look to enter some sales. So there's the highs taken. Now let's see if we can come back down and take out the lows for the nice MC play that we've planned for. So let's say it's going to be big, guys. It's going to be big. Literally going to have to maybe like a 2 lot perhaps. So big. $93 pips if it was here at this point. Yeah, we've got a lot of nice confirmations here. We've had the closure below on the half an hour. We've got the big engulfing 1 hour rejection where it could be the 4 hour continuing to push bearish. And we'll have the 15-minute MC play. So yeah, I want to see the break of these previous lows. Stocks to go above the current candle. So we'll see if we can get that move. So a 2 lot, so it's 100 pips stop loss, so 10 pips, that would be 2%, 2% on the dot. Do. Let's say I was to just put that in now, sell, stop. Then I can work out the stop loss, can't I? 3, 2, just so then I know that'd be more like 3,220, wouldn't it? 3,220. Yeah, 2%. 2 lot. That's 2% risk for me. TP, you can just whack it down. So that's my plan. That's the plan. If it continues up, it continues up. Like normally this would be a nice divergence candle, but the fact that the higher time frames were too bearish, like with the half-an-hour candle closure below, and the hourly engulfing candle with the rejections to the upside, and the 4 hours pushing bearish at that point. Yeah, I didn't want to take this divergence here, too risky. Because I've got one confirmation, right? Just one confirmation off the 15-minute, and that's it. I have no other confirmations. Everything else was pushing bearish at that point. So only having one confirmation is not enough. But in a normal scenario, if it made sense on the higher time frames too, then this would be a nice buy. But yeah, I don't want to risk that. So because that's continuing to push up, we're gonna have to take this sell stop out because we'll have to adjust still. If we do still come back down. Whilst we wait, I have a wrap to eat. Chicken and bacon Caesar. Good. So 4 minutes left. Doesn't look like we'll get that MC play that we were talking about, and the plan that we wanted. So what you do, no bother, that's okay. Now we use this as a new support, because you still got these clean candles to the left hand side, right? Still got 68 pip range. Still got, this is our most recent support now, most recent resistance, just slightly adjusting our zone. But what we can still now plan for is the fact that we can still make a smaller range, right? So we get a candle to close on the next candle. We get a new resistance, like so. Then you've created a new range, and we can adjust our zones at that point, and we create a smaller range. So it's all just about adjusting, being fluid as we go. If it's set like we planned for a setup here, the setup didn't come, so that's fine. You just wait for the next one. Adjust your zones as you go. GTR ST8. Is it a fake out play? Technically, yes. Technically, yes, but I would rather see a fake out play, you know, at least match the previous wick or take out the previous low first and then close back in the range. And if it depends how this candle closes as well. And looking at the volume is a lot lower at the moment. So you could see it's a fake out, yes. But I really am put off by this big hourly closure. Very, very big engulfing rejection hourly closure. Of course, we still continue to push bullish, but it's what it is. Gold has just been so wild since the Trump tariffs has changed. You just have to be very careful. Crazy, just no bottom, barely a bottom wick. I'm just pushing. Any given point we can come and collect that wick. Just like this one. Push down, barely a top wick. Push straight down. At any given point you can come and get collected. So this half an hour could collect that, then continue back down. you're closing anything like this, I wouldn't consider a clean fake out. 45 pip wick. Lower volume fake out as well. Not the cleanest. If you make a bottom wick and then break the high of the previous candle, would it be a good entry? So I literally just said my thoughts about it. I don't know if it's come through yet on the stream, but just said about that. It's not the worst. It's not the worst trade in the world. I just think there'll be. I know there'll be a better setup today. Look. Ask yourself. Look at the hourly. Ask yourself. Is there any red flags in taking more buys? So you want to take a buy at the break of the current high, right, on the hourly. Does this hourly look like it wants to continue pushing up? Just off like technicals or what you know about trading. This hourly is rejected all-time highs here, and we've closed big engulfing body over the previous one. Got some wrap stuck in my teeth. And we've pushed with barely any bottom wick at the moment. So is there a chance that we can come and collect that bottom wick at least, and then continue pushing down with a higher volume to fill these clean candles? There's that possibility. Therefore, it puts doubt into the trade idea. If I wanted to take buys at this point, I would have taken buys at the break of this previous wick here, because we had high volume divergence candle. But I didn't want to take it because of that hourly closure. Half an hour close below this previous support here. So yeah, it's a mixed bunch, right? You've had a fake out on the 15. You've had a divergence on the 15, but the half an hour's got a closure below. The hourly is engulfing, rejection to the upside. 4 hours doing whatever at the moment, it's not sure, but we did reject from the upside. So when you've got mixed in the market, and then you have 2 time frames, tenure, another thing, then just don't take the trade. It's simple as that, because there'll be another moment in that day where there is a more probable setup when you have more time frames aligning. The more confirmations you have, the better the probability in your trade. When you have a higher probability of your trade, you have more confidence, you're less anxious, you're less stressed, you're more likely to have faith in your trade, giving you just an overall better insight into your trading journey. And then upon that, you just build on that confidence in your more probable setups, and then you just keep going from there. But if you if you, part of your trading plan, if you have seen this setup before, if you've seen this where you have a fake out on the 15 and the hourly looks like this, if you've seen it before pushing up and you continue to break the previous wick high, if you've seen that, or on the 4 hour, or on the daily, or if you've seen something and you have back tested this setup here, if you've back tested this and it's a high probability trade, then go for it. Because that's your experience and your knowledge, right? But my plan says no. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh. Got the hiccups. If you are new here, guys, then make sure you join the free Discord. I'll post all the announcements and analysis in there every day for New York, so you won't ever miss a thing. Links in the description down below. Free Cruise Effects Discord. CFX. Oh yeah, not feeling that music. I'm in a very calm, chilled mood. Some lo-fi tunes, yeah man, that's the best. Nice chill hip hop lo-fi. Am I into anime or gaming? Not so much anime. I do think it's cool. Gaming, I used to game a lot. Not so much now, but I used to game loads. I used to absolutely sweat Call of Duty and FIFA. Don't know how old you are, but I used to sweat game battles with my boys. Game battles on Call of Duty, mainly Modern Warfare 2, bit of World at War, Black Ops, most of them. But yeah, I used to love it. I used to love it, man. I used to love it. But obviously where I'm at now, living situation. So that's why I come to David Lloyd's as well, do my live streams and whatnot. Are you mixed man? What are you into, if so? I was more into gaming those times. Yeah, man, it's just, they were the good times. And then I kind of stopped playing Call of Duty when you could start running on walls and flying around. That's when I was like, I preferred the older ones. Yeah, this candle's just a nothing candle at the moment. If this candle can't break the previous high and it can't break the previous low, it leaves a lot of indecision for the next candle. Let's see, we've got 4 minutes left, so there's no trade when there's 4 minutes left of the candle, really. I do play on my Switch when traveling. Yeah, oh yeah, Switch is cool. I did have a Switch. I did sell it when I couldn't play it as much. I used to play. There's a new Switch coming out. A few of my mates are getting it actually. Have you seen the Switch 2? Looks really cool. Oh man, it's got the new Mario Kart. It looks insane on it. So yeah, I'll be tempted into that, but yeah, again, Wi-Fi issues. But hopefully, the Switch doesn't really take up as much Wi-Fi, does it? Doesn't need as much internet, but yeah, that'd be quite cool. There's a game I used to play on the Switch loads with all the boys, Pokemon Unite. I don't know if you've heard of that. That was good. You can still play it on your phone, to be fair, Pokemon Unite. Or it's kind of like, it was like the theme of League of Legends, but in like Pokemon version. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, bro, it looks so good, but also going to be £400. Yeah, that's exactly what I said to my friend. Exactly what I said. I was like, looks so good, but £400. It's just a bit steep for, like, if it was like Xbox or PlayStation or something, but it's just a Switch, you know. Normally Switch is a lot cheaper. Zelda, OG childhood, yeah man, nice. I didn't play Zelda too much, but when I first got my Switch, I did have a little go on it, but yeah, I didn't play it too much, but yeah, it's cool, very cool game, very cool. It's so nice when you play like old nostalgic games from your childhood, get back into it, it's just nice, such a nice feeling. Try and listen to Zelda lo-fi tunes when you can, oh yeah, for sure. I will do. I can't put it on this stream, unfortunately, because I'll get done for copyright, but yeah, I'll definitely give that a go. Ocarina of Time ones, okay. I'll take note. Yeah, it does look like we're going to be printing a bit of a nothing candle, perhaps it's quite a weak resistance because we couldn't break the previous high, but we can use that as our new range for now. So we have just formed a new resistance, lower volume, but 1 minute to go, of course. Still, we want it to close something strong like this. TP1 would be here. Why, you ask? Because this no top wick, obviously, like no wicks get collected, and we could obviously see reactions there. So that would be my initial target. If we get the candle closure above, still for a nice 30 pips to there. And TP2 would be top of the clean range at the top of the resistance. TP3 to continue on. Be the next $5 increment. Sales is still looking nice. So we have just created a new range in 40 seconds. If we can close like this, I won't be too sad. Be happy with that. Now, I just had a feeling it's going to close something like that. We want it to be a bit stronger for a nicer resistance, but we leave it as so for now. 10 seconds. How can we close? Barely a resistance, but we'll leave it as so for now. Barely a resistance. But yeah, very unpredictable for this candle now. Why? Because this candle, previous candle, failed to break the previous high or the low. It finished nearly at open price, to be honest, as well, making it really unpredictable for whatever this candle wants to do. Stay patient for now. Staying patient for now, guys. That's all we can do. If we come up and break the previous highs of the half an hour and then re-break the previous lows, that would be a lovely, lovely entry. Ow. Man, I'm tired today. Very, very tired. Where's the volume? We do have PPI, of course, at 1:30. So as time gets closer and closer to that, we may see more consolidation. Hopefully we can get a move before. Anyone, has anyone got any nice plans for the weekend? Any plans for the weekend? Look at these conflicting time frames. 15-minute push and bearish. We just created a bullish half an hour, but on the hourly we've just created previous is bearish. So loads of conflicting time frames which you just don't want to be part of. Things need, you have to have a good entry. Head and shoulder patterns. Yeah. I personally don't do. I mean, I learned them at the very beginning of when I very started learning trading. But yeah, I don't look at that. But yeah, I can see what you mean. Gold just doesn't stick to patterns either. It just does. Gold just goes. That's why trading like this strategy, this style, is perfect. Trading gold, because we rely on volume and pushes and clean candles to the left. Whoa, look at that push. Just a random push. No top wick, just goes. And it was lower volume. Still within our range. So, yep. Still respecting our support and resistance. We're still within this zone, so no entry here. For the guys that turn up every day onto the streams, like, hats off to you, because obviously me trading, you need patience. You need patience to just do the best probable setups all the time. That's why we've taken 4 trades and 4 wins, of course. But you have to be patient in the market. You absolutely have to only pick the best probable setups, right? And if that's waiting for candles to close outside the range, sometimes you get the closure outside the range, and then the setup's not valid, it's not right, and then you have to wait for the next one. When you see other traders, it's really hard to see other traders on like live YouTube or whatever. They're just taking lots of trades to get an audience, you know, to get a growing. But just forcing trades essentially, just to try and get some pips online on the live stream. But where I really disagree with it, I really disagree with just taking trades on live stream just to get some more views and wanting to take a trade. I think it's really bad practice. Like, why wouldn't just take that trade off of stream? So why would you take it on stream? I don't think, I know, to be fair, like trying to look at the other side, flip of the coin, like some traders are different. I've seen traders just trade like a flip of any old candle. Some traders trade the 5 minute, so you get more options there. So I just think patience and discipline on all of these streams will be shown in high volumes. And when there's a setup and it's perfect setup, we execute, we take the pips and we leave. We do the same thing the next day. Do 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 do. We're nearly at 3k followers on Instagram, guys. Just from posting like honest and transparent trades on my journey. It's crazy. Hopefully we can just continue to keep putting a dent in the market where there's just so many scams and crappy things out there in the trading industry. If we can just try and change it up a bit, that is what we need to do. 8 minutes till candle closure. Getting a lot closer to news now, guys. Normally if it's like half an hour before news, then I won't be looking to take a trade, or 15 minutes 15 minutes to half an hour before news I won't really look to take a trade, because it starts to become a bit more volatile and unpredictable. So we'll see what we get here. Again, even if we get this candle closure below, we've moved from the top of the range to the bottom of the range, over 100 pips. So we have to see whether there's likely going to be a trade before news. My news ahead mean no trade. Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. Just started saying that as well at the same time you said that. Good minds think alike. But yeah, volumes seems to be slowing down gradually. So we may not see anything before news, guys, to be honest. At which point I may have to head off. But I'll keep the Discord updated where I can, guys. So keep active in the Discord. Yeah, we don't think we're getting a candle closure below anyway. So yeah, this is our range, guys. We still somehow do stay in this range for news. This is still very valid. But I'm going to head off. Thank you for hopping on stream. But here's the plan. Here's the analysis for the rest of the day. And I will update the Discord with further analysis after news is settled down. Yeah, thanks for hopping on, guys. Make sure you have a very good weekend, and make sure you stay patient. Remember, it is a Friday. We have got PPI, so be extra cautious. Make sure when you do get a candle closure outside this range, it is a valid closure. If we've moved too far in one direction, just wait for the next candle to print. Might get a weak bearish candle, then you can take the impulse continuation. Or like, for example, get the candle closure outside, then you wait for an MC play. So guys, thank you for hopping on, all my originals. Lots of love for you guys that keep turning up. It's much appreciated. So no trades in this session, so we stick on 4 wins and 4 win streak. And I'll see you on Monday, same time. If not, keep active in the Discord. See you later.